double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
We're doing a podcast, guys.
Because I get pinballed between you two morons. You're like, bing, 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 bing. I'm not talking about Fox News.
I'm having a party, and you're invited.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from our summer break.
Wow.
I know summer's just getting started, but
Sure.
we actually decided to take our vacation like right as summer started, you know, kind of bringing us back to our days of when we went to grade school and you couldn't wait for that last day of school. And then you were like, we're on summer break. Although it wasn't a 2-month break, it was only 2 weeks, but I feel like we feel recharged.
Sure.
Let's check in with the Outcast, say what's up to mi amigo, the brown participant of the Outcast Podcast.
What up,
that
y'all?
would be the immigrant that we all loved. Actually, Puerto Rico, you're one of us.
I am, but, you know, we're still same people. I feel you. I know what you're saying, and I don't mind.
Puerto Rico.
I don't mind standing up for, you know, people that could use my help. Sure.
All right, we love you for that, Ramo.
Thank you.
It's good to see you back from
Yeah,
vacation.
glad to be back,
Looking
yeah.
good. Also, we have Tomcat is in the house. My man, Tomcat.
Holy
See?
shit,
You mean
dude.
the son of Satan? You hear that thunder?
I wonder if you'll hear that lightning in the recording, but that was wild. How you doing, Gentry?
We felt it.
Why do I feel like that this lightning has really got Tomcat on edge today?
It's headed right for him.
Well, because we have headphones on our
We
ears,
do.
and you hear the lightning in the headphones, and it's just a little sketchy because you wonder
You hear
is
the
at
crackle.
is at some point it just gonna like connect and fry my brain?
Well, it's with the grounding, so you'll be fine. You don't have a brain.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's already fried.
Yeah,
Good point.
there you go. See?
All right,
All
with
of ours are.
on with the show then.
Yeah.
Would your mom let you get in the bathtub when the lightning was going? I remember that was a thing when I was a kid.
And
like,
the
hey,
in the shower.
don't get
too.
in the shower. Don't wash dishes. Stay away from the water.
I still think about that if I get in the shower and there's a storm with lightning. Here there often is.
Have you ever met anyone who was in the shower and then got electrocuted? Have you ever heard anyone confirm that?
No.
I think it may have been something back when tubs were made of cast iron.
That's
Now
a good
they're
one.
made all kind of plastic and bullshit. Like, you probably aren't grounded to anything. You know what I'm saying? So it may not happen right now, but back like cast iron tubs and shit like that, it could be possible, maybe.
Let's stay away from the water and the bong while we're at it because
No.
there'd be water in the bong. Let's go to our black representative. That would be Memphis on air. What's up, Memphis? Whoa. It looks like on the screen, I see a yellow guy. We see a little minion, so...
Uh-oh.
Would it be inappropriate to make a... Never mind.
Yeah,
it
it would.
We see Memphis is not here, as you see if you're watching us on YouTube or on the live stream.
We wish him well.
We wish him well, but he's not feeling well.
He's sick.
Yeah, you know, when you have that summer break, sometimes you get loose. Maybe you got too loose. I'm not sure. He hasn't said much other than we wish him well is what we hope, and he said he's not feeling well. So
Well, and we also got to think, he's probably booked more than all of us. Like, not necessarily at one place, because I know Tomcat has a residency, but he's going to all kind of different places.
are you
getting
making
booked.
excuses for
No, I'm
Raymond?
not, but I'm saying he's definitely exposed to a lot more illnesses than we probably are.
Ah, that's a good point, Ramo.
Yeah. Wear your masks, you know.
Well, yeah, just stay the hell out of people's butt.
He's exposed in people's
Quit
butts.
licking doorknobs, bro.
Get well soon, Memphis. We
Yeah,
miss you,
yeah,
buddy.
of
But
course.
in his place, we do have
Uh-oh.
Darren Harris live from the RV. What's up, Darren?
Yeah.
What's happening, fellas?
What up, D?
I love this
What's
technology.
going on? Thanks for having me.
This
Yeah,
is
dope.
amazing.
Glad to have you, bro.
Pleasure to be here.
Right.
Hey, man, you've been on the show before, but we've never done this type of connection where we actually had a live feed of Darren he lives in an RV. This is the life he chooses to live. He enjoys the freedom.
Tenement on wheels, Eddie?
At any moment, you know, he can pack up, although
I got you, Ramo.
I know at one point he had some leaks in the RV, but you say that those things are getting taken care of to where now you're about to hit
As
the
of
road,
yesterday.
get the wheels all dialed in.
Nice.
Because we like the rain, even though Darren's not here, he's not far in Florida, and I'm telling you what, something about this summer I don't want to try to take any shine on what happened in Texas, but man, it's raining serious here, and it's just getting started. It's not even really officially hurricane season yet. I don't think. Is it?
It is, but it's great for my collusions.
Part of it, yeah.
It's the ramp up.
Mm-hmm.
My collusions are loving it though.
Your what is loving it?
Collusions.
What are those?
They're my barrier plants around my yard.
Okay, yeah. They're definitely everything's getting greener.
Yeah.
And just be careful out there.
Not everything.
So what did you do, Tomcat? What was the highlight of your summer break? Did you have something that you really enjoyed?
Let me see. What did I do? Going fishing, really. Fishing was the highlight.
Fun.
Just kind of hanging out.
What about the story you told me?
I appreciate it.
I hope that guy's not listening. But
the guy that tried to come after me?
You told me, no, not that guy. Fishing. You said you went fishing with a guy on a boat, but you said he was very impatient.
He was impatient.
How long?
My friend Jay. Jay's impatient.
Let me ask you this, Darren. How long, if you're out fishing on a boat and you throw your line out and you're trying to catch fish, how long will you sit until you get no bites and then it's time to pack up and go to a new spot? How long?
If I don't get any bites within, I guess, like an hour and a half.
That's a long time.
Well, it's not too long. I think that's pretty good.
We could sit and have a good conversation. Maybe have a couple of beers or whatever, and kind of talk and kind of unwind a little bit.
Understood.
But if I'm sitting there too long, it gets hot. There's not a lot of shade. There's only so much beer I could drink.
Well, if it's with my grandpa, there's no talking. Because that will scare the fish. You can't talk. You got to be quiet. Is that you, Tomcat? Are you a quiet fisherman, or do you
I am a quiet fisherman, and I'm gonna have to put you on blast again, Jay. Jay was bumping the beats the whole time we were out there.
Oh, this guy.
Man, it was all bumping the beats.
Yeah, you were upset, actually. The truth is, Tomcat came in hot in the studio and was like, this guy was taking me fishing. All he did was want to show off his boat, and we just went from place to place to place. And I'm like, Tomcat, the guy's paying for the gas. He's taking you on the boat.
Yeah,
it's his boat. But you were saying it wasn't a good strategy. He wasn't waiting long enough for the fish.
And we didn't have the right bait, I was telling him. He's gonna be really mad at me now.
You get no damn bait.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna take somebody fishing that wants to catch fish, we want to catch fish.
You gotta be good.
What'd you take? Frozen shrimp?
No, we didn't have any shrimps. I said we need shrimp.
What was the other problem about the bait? What was that problem, Tomcat?
We didn't have any shrimp.
Yeah, so what happened? You didn't catch fish because what happened?
We didn't have any shrimp. Because
So
you got to get shrimp and then take it out there.
Sorry.
Right.
That's a master bait.
That might. Yeah.
And this guy had no game, I guess.
We didn't go to the bait shop to get the shrimp to go out there. But spent a lot of we cast netted for stuff, and it was hard to get the stuff, so we spent a lot of time trying to cast net. Neither of us was very good at
cast net.
So it was like, then I was getting worried, and then and we caught 2 catfish though.
Yeah.
With a net?
No, these ones we caught with not with a shrimp, I'll tell you.
I say 30 minutes. If you're sitting somewhere for 30 minutes and you get no nibbles and no nothing, and you're on a boat where you're mobile, you just say, let's go try another spot. 30 minutes, but
1 hour. Anyway,
how long was this guy waiting?
Sorry,
Jay. What was the official time before he would say pull anchor?
Yeah.
Because that was the other thing you complained about was you said the guy kept telling you to pull anchor. Pull anchor.
God,
we're going somewhere else.
Get the anchor, TK.
How long would he wait? How long would he wait before he would go to a new fishing hole?
Oh man, by the end it started to wind down, So at first it was 30 minutes, but then by the end we're like, oh no, now we're not going to catch any. Oh, every 5 minutes, we got to move, pull up the anchor.
Yeah, well,
and we're bumping the music the whole way. I'm like, we're not going to catch anything.
The fish are like, stay the fuck away from that music.
Throw the anchor.
All right, Ramo, what was the highlight? TK's was fishing with his buddy on the boat.
Who's never going to take me again now? Thank you.
Right, yeah.
Which is like,
unfortunately for me, my highlight really was, I'd have to say, spending time with my family when I could. I still have my insurance job that I had to do, so that was still took a lot of my time. It's still, it does on a weekly basis. I'll have some time away from that here in about a week or so. But I definitely did some things. I worked a lot on my music. I got a couple songs.
I heard you got a new remix out. Name of that remix. Drop that, will you, with the people listening. They want to hear that remix. What's it called?
What's that?
You put a remix out. I heard it. Somebody
the
actually
YMCA remix.
Somebody else sent it to me. I had a DJ send it to me and said, "Hey, did you hear Ramo's new remix? It's pretty good."
The YMCA. Oh, you know, you're
Men.
talking. It's not a remix. It's an actual song that I made. It's called "I Want to Dance."
Oh, I want to
And it's
dance.
just like it's like a
that
tech
one.
house, funky dance tech house. It's pretty fun. It's on my SoundCloud.
Nice.
If you want to check
It's
it out.
dope. It's like, I
yeah.
want to dance with
yeah.
a man. I want to
Yeah.
dance.
I made it for Tomcat. He needed a song for his. He's got something going on next weekend where he's dressing like a woman and performing in front of high
Drag
school
show?
kids. Yeah.
Like
But
we
no.
always do.
And in all serious, yeah, no, it's a cool song. And then I'm also working on a breakbeat song, so I got a lot of time to kind of spend on my passion. And I also did regular work. Heading out of town when I take vacation from my other spot. So that'll probably be a little bit more exciting news, and I'm looking forward to that. We're going to Pigeon Forge.
Oh, that's
Sweet.
nice.
Yeah,
The
we're gonna do a
old
lot of
Smoky
shit.
Mountains. That's a good
Yeah,
time.
it's gonna be dope.
That's
So
dope.
I'm looking forward to that. But definitely had a good time. But missed hanging out with you, motherfuckers.
I
know what
missed you
I'm saying?
too,
Yeah, of
Rainbow.
course.
Welcome back, Ray.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see Ice didn't get you around, bro.
They're going after everybody, aren't they?
I called them.
Let's check
They're on
in
their way.
with
Yeah, yeah.
Darren. Darren, I know you're not on the show every week, but the audience would like to know what was the highlight. Did you celebrate the 4th of July? Did you have a hot dog? Did you watch a firework? What did you do? Anything?
Well, my birthday was the 3rd of July, so I turned 55. I officially became a senior citizen on the 3rd of July.
Double nickel. I like that 5-5 number.
Oh yeah,
That's a
I
good
went
one.
straight to IHOP. The first meal I had, you got excuse me, it's lightning and thunder now.
Wow.
But the first meal
Same
I
thing
had
here.
was IHOP 55 plus menu. I had,
Cash in on those.
I like
deals.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not even. I'm gonna exploit every option I can. Cedar River is next. Cedar River has a 55 plus menu.
Nice.
At IHOP, I had a piece of French toast and
Now I got a
just
question
some
for you.
A piece?
Yeah,
Damn.
a piece.
Did they
I need
question
two
you
at
or
least.
ID you? Because I will say the old adage, black don't crack. As I see you on the
Yeah.
screen here,
You do look pretty young.
You don't look 55. I don't see any gray hair in the camera. I don't know if you're using
It's
some
all in my
sheen or
beard.
something.
It's all in the
Okay.
beard.
Looking good for
no,
5'5".
I actually had to pull out my ID and
I would have
confirm
ID'd
with the
you. I'd have been
waitress
like, this guy's
Yeah.
trying to
that I
hustle
was
us. Without
55.
Yeah, no, I'll give
But-
you that, man. You don't look 55, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, a God. I mean, man, I feel blessed. I feel real good. I'm disabled, but I feel good. You know what I mean? I don't feel, like I can't, like I'm frail or getting old or, I'm turning into this old, crotchety motherfucker. Yeah, that's just not me. You know what I mean? But I didn't celebrate the 4th of July. It's the second year in a row I haven't celebrated the 4th.
Why don't you
And-
celebrate the 4th?
Well, because I don't celebrate the 4th. My wife and I don't celebrate the 4th because there are still people fighting for freedom here. I mean, we are celebrating freedom in a country that has the most incarcerated people on the planet. So it's hard to celebrate. And those people happen to be my people. So it's hard to celebrate that day and walk around on some I used to be a real patriotic dude. I was that dude. Like I was wearing like American flag shit like 25 years before MAGA was wearing American flag shit because I used to be, patriotic because I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American.
Didn't you go in the service
So-
as well?
Yeah, I was in the Navy.
Yes.
That's where I would have
And-
went had I gone, but I didn't.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what. That's the one to go into. They make fun of the Navy. The one you want to go into is the Navy.
You
The
travel.
Navy, the Navy.
You travel.
I have a question
You
for
bounce
you on that because I've heard that before. I've heard people say that before this year, even the last few years, and we've even got Memphis who has said when he sees the American flag, he immediately thinks that you're riding with Trump. I heard Plies say this on his Instagram.
I gotta
weekend,
admit,
where he said
I
when
gotta
he
admit-
sees someone flying the flag, I've heard this from now 3 African Americans that I know. They see the flag and they immediately think like, this guy must be a racist. He's supporting Trump and his agenda, and this is someone I might want to disassociate with. Is that the way you feel?
I feel like this. I don't feel not any longer. I don't feel comfortable. I went to Ponte Vedra. I drove. Me and my wife. We have a Jeep. Took the top off. Decided to ride the coast. And there's a really, really nice part of the beach, like super nice, real
We're
African
doing the podcast,
of
guys.
the beach. and there is a point of this beach where there is every house. There is a Marriott hotel, and there's American flags. I mean, for miles. And I gotta say, man, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe. I can't relax. It doesn't. I mean, because it doesn't. There's no one there that represents me. And it's blatantly obvious, especially when I see the American flag, and right underneath that flag, and then on certain occasions on top of the American flag, I see people waving the Trump flag. So, but I don't necessarily agree with the fact that everybody is that waves the American flag is a racist, or because I know plenty of I have friends that are veterans. I have friends that are. And I know people that are proud to be an American. I'm proud to be an American. I mean, I have a Jeep outside, and my gas cap and my taillights are the American flag. I mean, they just are. But it is really difficult to go and visit a place that or you can actually feel the energy that these people here don't like you. They voted to keep you oppressed, and it's really weird, because it really is out there. It's a stigma. And I mean, a lot of people don't feel it, but I most definitely do.
And where was this that you felt this?
This was in Ponte Vedra. This was out in Jacksonville.
Okay, and it was at a restaurant. It was at the beach. It was the whole time you were there, or in one specific instance?
The whole area. Jacksonville is almost, for lack of a better phrase, it's almost a chocolate city. But when you get out to like Ponte Vedra and the beach, you start getting out to you start seeing the shift in politics. You start feeling and seeing that shift. The more you get towards these areas by the beach, you definitely start feeling, less and less like you are welcomed here.
You know what? One thing I saw somebody post over the weekend, which I thought was an interesting take on what's going on, but they said if you had a jar and you put like 100 black ants in there and 100 red ants in there, they would get along. Mm-hmm. But if you take the jar and you shake the jar up, these ants are going to fight. They're going to go at it
to the death.
So
if you agitate the jar.
So the analogy is, do we need to be mad at the other ants out there, or do we need to look at the people that are shaking the jar, who's causing it, or
I like that.
Does that resonate with you at all? Something like that? Like you feel like there's a higher power
because that's
making it difficult, because we all seem to get along here, and we're all different shades, So I think there's more of that here going on in America. I would like to believe that there's more of this integration with black and white people being people and getting along and doing business and having friendships like we all have here. I assume that there's more of that, but I don't know, because I'm not feeling this energy like you're talking about, though.
I mean, because there's a few reasons for that, because that the energy itself isn't directed to you; it's directed at us. So that energy that we get from you don't, and that's another thing. I talked to Jay about this also. You guys don't have that energy that we feel. I don't necessarily feel that from you. I don't feel that energy. You know what I mean? But there is a proud American energy. I went and had my there's a problem with the polling terminal on my Jeep. So I went to the Jeep dealer to get it looked at, and there was a guy there, and older guy, his name was Thomas, older than me, 20 years older, also a vet. And he was, itching to get into a conversation I was having with another dude about what was going on in the country, and his disdain for what and how Trump was going to clean it up. But as I talked to this guy, I could see how everything I said to him, it never even crossed his mind. It never even crossed his mind that this was being inflicted on me. He was just concerned about a particular issue. His issue was taxes. And when I told him, these things are affecting me, like all these cuts that are about to happen, these are things that are going to directly affect me and people like me. He just could not believe it. And it got to a point where I started feeling like he regretted his vote. He got mad for a second, and then he walked away. But then he came back like 2 minutes later, and he started up a whole new conversation about something completely different, trying to make a way to communicate with me. And I appreciated that because a lot of people don't even care. A lot of people just like, you know what? It is what it is. It's going to be what it is. You know, I mean, deal with it, get over it. But I can't because I have mental disability. I suffer from major depressive disorder and extreme anxiety. So one thing that bothers me is the fact that all these things are being put in place to disparage me, and not only me, my wife is Latin, to disparage her as well. So I have a lot of anxiety when I walk out into the world. That's some anxiety that, I'm sorry, Gentry, Tomcat, Jay, and all my white friends, that's an anxiety that you guys will never feel. You won't feel that anxiety because they're not coming for you. They're not looking for you. As a matter of fact, it's protecting you, and it's not protecting us. So we have to move different. And for me,
when you say
it,
what is that? It's not protecting you. It's protecting us. What do you mean by that? Who is it or they that are
what is going
us?
on? What is going on with the systems today? There are. I mean, let's be honest. They built this alligator Alcatraz, and the only people they got down there is Haitians and Spanish people. There's no white folks, and I happen to know 3 or 4 white people that are undocumented in this country. Personally, friends of mine, undocumented, but they don't feel that anxiety because it's not being directed at them. They're not being, especially, I mean, they're not being targeted. They're not being profiled.
You don't think any Caucasian people are being questioned about their papers?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it is disproportionately Black and Latin, and it seems like the majority of the focus is on the what's the word I'm looking for? The rounding up and the dismantling of minority communities in America. It's just, I mean, things that are just are going to happen. I mean, I'm just sitting here like, holy shit, I got to deal with this. And then I'm going to have to deal with that. Then I'm going to have to deal with this. And then all of this shit is going to happen. You know what I mean? And it's just, and then on top of that, I got to worry about the threat of physical violence. You know what I mean? It's not a good time in America for Black and Latin people. It just ain't, you know? So people don't necessarily feel that. And if they don't feel it, they don't necessarily care about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily, because it's just not something they internalize. There's a few people who do that I talk to every day, you know, that feel my anxiety because make no mistake about it. I have great anxiety about what the fuck is about to happen here.
So you think that there's a shakedown right now that ICE is just looking to take all the brown and black people and put them into the alligator Alcatraz? I've seen the videos of people saying it looks like Auschwitz and that, you know,
well,
there's similar to the
not only that one, but there's more
being
built. But yeah, I mean, they ICE the last year their budget was $10 billion. This year, well, and now it's going up to $170 billion. They're going to be the most funded law enforcement agency in the country for immigration, and all they're doing right now, I mean, really, let's be honest. Let's look at the news. All we seeing and hearing is a bunch of Latin countries being mentioned that they deporting people to, except for, like, you know, the Haitians. And now they want to deport people to places like the Sudan. These people ain't never been to the fucking Sudan.
Do you know how many people Barack Obama deported out of the country?
He was on task. He was doing, but he did not do it unjustly. And he didn't go to these people's immigration hearings where they thinking they're going through the proper processes to get these things done, and they getting snatched up from their fucking appointments. He didn't do it that way. You know what I'm saying? And really,
I was just looking at raw numbers, and I saw where during his presidency it was like 3.6 million, 3.6 million, and so far
he definitely deported a lot of people. Definitely deported a lot of people.
A lot of presidents do.
But how long was that? And he was president for 8 years. This motherfucker been president for 6 months.
4 years and 6 months.
Well, 4 years and 6 months. Well, because he had
4 years already.
He couldn't get it. Yeah, he had to take they took a break because it couldn't. The plan was unraveling, and then Biden got elected, and you know there was a day where we all thought that there might be a little bit of camaraderie, a little bit of unity, but that was dashed and kiboshed. And don't get me wrong, you know, I mean, I'm not real keen on Democrats either, because they talk a lot of shit. They talk a lot of fucking shit.
They've
But
had some really bad people in the past too.
they got some really, they've had some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And they've done a lot of fucked up shit. You know what I mean?
100%.
Biden himself signed the crime. I mean, he came up with the fucking crime bill, which disproportionately put people like me in jail.
Sure.
And then he went and stood behind that shit, you know, when they asked him about it. You know what I'm saying? So I completely get some of the arguments that conservatives have about Democrats.
Sure.
But the other side of that is Republicans openly embrace racism.
Seems like sometimes.
Tomcat has been awfully quiet during this time. Are you okay, Tomcat? Does the
listening.
electricity hit you?
Told us not to talk over each other.
Do you have a hot take on this, Tomcat?
No, I think it's an interesting conversation. I'm listening.
No, and it makes sense. You know, I mean,
I'm
because
getting a hurricane here.
yeah, and you
I'm
can't.
getting a hurricane here. I don't know if y'all can see outside the window. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Yeah,
we hear
I
you
see
just
it
fine.
moving around out there.
You know, everybody's
checked out for a
experience
second.
with this is their own, and I think it's good that everybody talk about it, because for some of us it's a lot more scary than others. You know, because even myself, I'm an American, born American. My parents are American. My grandparents are American. Like, we've been American since the 1800s. You know, but still,
you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
yeah, exactly. I shouldn't. But I'm going to Pigeon Forge in a week or so, 2 weeks. I got to drive through Georgia. Them people don't fucking know me over there. I got to drive through Tennessee. Them people don't fucking know me. You know what I'm saying? What's to say I don't get one of these January 6 motherfuckers they hired to be ICE people, and he says, you know what? I don't believe who you are. Takes my no. That shit's been happening. Take your shit, and they'll eventually let me out with no charges or nothing. But that's still an
Not
extreme
before Diddy gets to you
inconvenience.
with the baby oil.
Hey, that'd be nice.
hey now.
Hey, but that'd be fun part. No.
All right, let's talk
Yeah,
about
I mean,
the Diddy
you don't
thing.
know.
Let's move on to
All right,
something.
I like it.
I don't want to say if it's more fun, but
No.
it could be a little more funky. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I saw some people are celebrating, you know, the Diddy verdict. We haven't seen the sentencing yet. I hear that that's coming in October. Diddy could be a free man. You know, he could have an album out before you know it.
I knew it. I knew it.
But
you think you'll get any baby oil sponsors?
you know what? We got a water slide over the holiday here for my daughter.
Hey,
Put baby
And
oil on
they
that
wanted to
thing.
get baby oil to
yeah.
put it on the slide so you could go faster. And my daughter said
Dangerous.
she went to like 3 different stores and all the baby oil is like sold out in town.
Oh,
So
shit.
I wonder if Diddy had something to do with like the sales of baby oil going through the roof, where everybody wanted to have their own freak off party and they bought up all the baby oil, because it's a true story. We tried to get baby oil and there was 3 different stores that was like, yeah, no, we're all out of it. People are coming and buying up all the damn baby oil.
He should definitely start his own brand of baby oil with the Diddy baby
Diddy
oil.
oil.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're selling that shit.
that's some bad boy oil.
You should have already had that selling out the commissary.
So Tomcat, how do you feel about the verdict? Do you think that he should just be walking free? Have you done any research on how much you think this guy might get? What do you think that he's going to go? Is he going to spend time in jail?
Yeah, the what they're saying is like 10 to 15 years. Some people are saying. Originally, when you asked us, I had guessed 10 years when you asked us like a couple weeks ago what we thought he was going to get. And the reason I said that was because I thought he was going to get some rich guy love. And somehow he was going to wiggle out. And I think he did. You know what I mean? I just feel like, you know,
That's
most
exactly what
most people would have got toasted by those charges.
100%.
And I do think they overstepped their bounds. The RICO charges and all this crazy shit. They should have just went after him for, you know, all
The weird
the
shit.
weird beating the girl up or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, you know, if they thought he was trafficking sex or whatever, but they didn't understand the industry. They don't understand the music industry, and that people do that shit. They fly people
They were trying
out,
to make an example out of him.
and the industry, they're looking at, they don't understand, like, people do that now. That's what they do. They kind of traffic in sex in the music industry, and everybody was doing it, and you're pinning this one guy down and charging him with all this crazy shit. It just didn't fly, and then that you saw what happened, though. A lot of the charges got dropped.
What do you know about it, Ramo? Anything? You think he's going to get 10 years? I have a hard time believing they're going to keep him in jail for 10 years.
No, definitely not. From what I understand, they're only asking for something like 51 months or some shit like that, which equals out to about 4 or 5 years, which is about half the time. Which he could work it out to where he agrees to something of that nature and ends up getting out in 25, you know, with good behavior and possibly doing different charity shit and all this other stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say what's going to happen. All I do know is that when you got the money, you can play the game. And, you know, usually you have good enough attorneys, because that's what it really takes, people that really understand the law that can minimize the damage for you. And
They
like
say
I said, a couple years, maybe 2.5.
From everything I read, I heard his lawyers were, especially those closing arguments, that they were just on fire.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, they're charging him with being a pimp.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
You're a pimp, bro. That's 2 years, dog. That's
exactly what.
You know, the motherfucker in Detroit got a year for that. Like, maybe, you know.
The charges were 2 counts of transporting to engage in prostitution, which is pimp shit.
Yeah, he's a pimp.
He's a pimp.
Yeah, I hope he got his crunk cup.
I'll ask you this, Darren. Do you think that how hard does this hurt his brand? Will he ever get big deals with vodka companies, and will he have clothing lines, and will he, because we do forgive and we do forget fairly quickly. OJ got out after having a not guilty verdict, and he had a pretty good life. You know, he didn't have a lot of big sponsors, but he was on his Twitter every day. What do you think this does to the Diddy brand moving forward?
Well, he definitely is going to try. I mean, it ain't like the Kanye brand. He ain't fucking up that bad, but his brand is definitely going to take a large hit, because I mean, there are going to definitely be some people out there, activists, speaking out against using this motherfucker as the poster child for fucking abuse of women, and that is never going to be good for any kind of brand.
Chris Brown, he beat up Rihanna, and look at him, he had plenty of hits after beating
Chris
up
Brown
Rihanna.
is a different. Listen, he's different. Chris Brown is a different motherfucker. And the thing about
he
it
admittedly beat up Rihanna, and he punched Rihanna.
Hey, back in the 50s, nobody would have blinked an eye.
He kept his nose pretty clean after that, though, I felt like.
Except for her. She'd blink an eye after getting hit.
Nah, it'd be black. She couldn't blink.
Can you hear me? Because I'm fading out.
We hear you.
That's wrong. I'm sorry. That's fucked up.
I keep fading out. Chris Brown is different than Diddy in the respect that Chris Brown don't give a fuck. Chris Brown, he don't give a fuck. You know, and Chris Brown is actually talented.
Yeah, he is very
Diddy
talented.
doesn't really have any talent.
I hear Diddy got a drug problem.
And he's got a fucking drug problem. So, and not for nothing, the right before he went to jail, the one thing that really kind of brought Diddy down to earth for me, because I've been to Diddy parties, I've been to a lot of shit, but he was always in this grandiose position. The one thing that chopped him down for me is I saw a picture, like a video of him and one of his homeboys. They was at the beach. He was dressed up in they was at the beach, and they was like trying to sweat some girls, and he was looking mad creepy. I mean, he was just looking mad creepy and like mad thirsty, and just like,
you saw through the veil. You saw the little demon underneath that.
You need to take it to the house, homie.
Now you just said something that struck some chord with me. You said you've been to a Diddy party. Can you tell us when you went? Several Diddy parties.
I've been to several Diddy parties.
So what are a couple of them you've been to? The Hamptons, Miami. Where were you?
I've been to two Hampton parties, and then I worked at a place in Manhattan called the Canal Room, where there was a lot of parties thrown there. He threw a party for some, and there was a party thrown for somebody, and he was there, and I was in a bar, and apparently, I guess his wife at the time, Kim Porter, she liked some Cosmopolitan that I made. So he came in, he gave me his black card, which was worn the fuck out. He gave me his black card and said, "That woman right there," he said, "I just want you to make drinks for her. You won't make drinks for nobody else tonight, just that woman right there."
That's some shit.
And
I
said, "All right."
I'm sure.
I made four drinks.
Did he tip you well?
Oh yeah. He left. Well, it was 4 of us behind the bar, so he left us each $1,000.
Nice.
Did he smack her?
4 drinks. I made 4 drinks.
Did he smack her? He says.
What else did you see at these?
He says that he smacked the chick around, Ramo. No,
Probably.
not that chick. Probably
after at the hotel room.
Yeah, afterwards.
She didn't make it out alive.
The freak off.
She got squirted with the baby oil right away.
Yeah, they definitely went to the freak off after that.
Fun.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with the verdict when it comes out.
Do you have a boner?
It's like in October where they're going to act. The verdict came out. We're waiting for the sentencing. So we'll see. My guess is
I heard they could let him out.
My guess is they give him time served, and he'll be on house arrest, and he'll pay money.
Yeah.
And he'll have to do something for battered women.
Sure.
And they'll let him out.
Yeah.
And I hear he's in federal prison getting nice meals and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
Get nice meals.
I'm here like he's got like toys in there that they love.
Yeah, if you
He's got his
money,
own little
if
area.
you got money, you good. I don't care where you at. If you got money, you good. Even like all the mafia dudes that went to prison. The mafia dudes, they was living.
They probably like him in there. They, he's Diddy. They probably he's not like they don't like him.
We seen the movies,
listen,
The Godfather.
Homie, I can rap, homie. You got to put me on, Diddy.
Yeah. Oh shit.
They cook sauce in there.
That's probably the worst part about it is all the people trying to rap, and he's like, man, you got to hear my boy rap. He's probably just so sick of it. Everybody's rapping.
He's like, please put me in isolation.
Anything.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. The big, beautiful bill has now been passed by the Senate, the House, and it looks like it is officially passed. I think we have a news story from the truck. If the boys from the back could roll the news truck about the big, beautiful bill. It's one big, beautiful bill act to be
Boys in the back.
Go ahead and roll it. If we have it, that would be the big, beautiful bill
Donald
act
Trump.
video.
We're talking to you guys. Van?
Fam.
No, Van.
Oh.
Yeah, the boys in the back.
Roll it.
This big, beautiful bill will make America more indebted, more unequal, and less green. Here are 4 things to know.
This is Libby.
Well, geez, they're not
First
biased
is
or
that the
anything
bill
right
is
away.
Big. Really big.
Maybe it's
Nearly
just the truth.
1,000 pages of tax cuts, spending reductions, and new outlays for things
This guy's
like
not
the
even
military
American.
and the border.
I'm not listening to this guy.
Senators
Just kidding.
have been voting on trillions of dollars in spending with barely any time to check the details and on hardly any sleep.
It's true.
The compressed timeline and lack of transparency makes it easy to slip in extra provisions, which
How
are
they
hard to
always
get
do
rid
it,
of
though.
once they
Of
become
course.
law.
Of course.
One big effect of the bill will be to significantly increase America's budget deficit, which is already huge. It's projected to rise by a cumulative $3 trillion over the next decade.
penis.
Mainly because
Sorry.
the bill makes permanent some of the temporary tax cuts that President Trump signed into law in 2017 and adds some new ones. It also increases spending on defense, border security, and non-renewable energy production. Some forecasters are optimistic that the tax cuts will push more workers into the job market and incentivize investment. Other modelers are less optimistic. This chart predicts that the bill will initially boost GDP growth, but over a longer period will be a drag.
This guy's putting me, speaking of a drag.
Very
You're a
long.
drag,
Yeah,
buddy.
long.
I don't know if that was a good choice, but it was very Libby of you guys from the truck to roll that.
It was probably just, well,
But I do see where there's some things I don't like about the bill. The fact that it's going to take us further into debt. I don't want to see anybody lose their Medicaid that really deserves it.
which is most people.
Well,
so-
Medicaid and Medicare are different, right?
Well,
Right.
I said
Right.
Medicaid. I
Yeah.
said
Medicaid, yeah.
Medicare is the one that is for people who pay into the Medicare their whole life. I'm to understand, and Medicaid is the one
Right.
that is being abused.
Well,
I'm
no.
understanding.
They're trying to say it's being abused, but the fact of the matter is that by and large, the people that are on Medicaid are children from lower income families and elderly and injured veterans and people who can't work, who are maimed and shit like that in wheelchairs. Now, Medicare is actually like a program that they have. I actually have a form of it. I believe it's Blue Cross Blue Shield, where you're kind of partially subsidized. But my wife and I make so much money that we end up paying most of it back at the end of the year with our taxes. But at least it gives you a relief throughout the year to help you pay your monthly bills. And then you just kind of take into account the percentage for your taxes, and at the end of the year you pay your taxes, and it all works out, with write-offs and things like that. Like, it's not too harmful, but it gets worse for people with lower income. And I think my biggest fear, not only for them but for people like us, is that eventually things could possibly become less affordable, which is gonna
That's already here.
It sure is, but it could get worse, and just by nature could put us just in a different tax bracket, kind of, just because since it costs so much more to live, that making that much amount of money doesn't matter as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I kind of do. You're saying that it will push you up in a tax bracket, thereby you'll get taxed even more because you have to spend more to live.
Well, no,
'Cause you have to make more money. Is
Well,
that what you're saying?
not actually, because with this particular bill, it seems like the more you make, the bigger tax break you get. What I'm saying is, with the amount of
All they
the prices is
only
going up
thing
and
is
everything.
happening with the taxes is they're extending the tax cuts that are already in place.
And that's why I said, like, we've already been experiencing this. So, like, somebody like me, I can understand how to adjust for it as long as I can maintain, my yearly income, like my wife and I, like, it's not going to crush us to death or anything like that. I think what's going to hurt regular people is, like I said, the less income you make, the harder the taxes are on you, the bigger they become. Not only that, things are going to be more expensive. So now, me making, just for an example, let's say my family made $100,000 a year last year. That's going to go a lot farther than, let's say, it probably will in 3 to 5 years.
All right.
Well, according to the Republicans, this is what they're saving, that they're saving money. I don't know if I agree with that because we go further in debt. So I'll believe that when I see it.
Right.
They do say they're helping workers. They're shrinking the government and letting Americans keep more of their hard-earned cash by keeping the tax cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Not for us, though.
No tax on tips.
And there's no tax on tips.
Or overtime.
But that's I mean, and there's layers to that. Like, you can look at that and say, like, that's a good thing. But when you look at it, you only get up to like 25 grand, and that's for a family. That's for a family, and I'm not sure if that's what you get tax-free up to, or you can only make as a couple up to 25 grand before you still have to pay taxes on your tip. Because the way it's set up, you're still paying it throughout the year. It's going into your taxes, but then at the end of the year, what you're able to do is itemize your deductions, but you lose that standard deductions with, I can tell you 100 times people in that situation are going to be way better off with the standard deduction 100%, because I make way more money than that and I still do better than itemizing going with the standard deduction 100%. No, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
No, but seriously, like, you got to think about it that way. Think about it in your own context. Like, it's going to get harder, and the fact that it's not getting harder for you. Look, if it was something that they were saying, hey, we're tightening our fucking belt, we're not raising the debt ceiling, we're not giving anybody tax breaks, everybody's going to pay a little bit more so we can get this shit under, wraps and start, profiting as a country again, then fine, all right, we're all in this together. But that's not what's happening. It seems like the corporations and the rich people are kind of getting a tax cut, and once again, us people that are in the lower income brackets are kind of footing the bill. And I think that's bullshit, guys. We should all think it's bullshit.
$150 billion for border enforcement and another $150 billion for defense.
This is TikTok.
Expanded ICE budget.
It's a lot.
What do you think about the bill, Tomcat?
You're never going to like anything that's in all these big bills. I honestly don't like the way they do these big-ass omnibus bills. I think they should put each thing forward and vote on it. Like, that's how it was supposed to work. But now what they do is they put everything in these giant bills, like Ramo said, and ram it through at the last second.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the shit is good, but, I mean...
Can be,
It can't be all good. It's so much stuff in here, but, I mean...
There's a lot
of the way our government runs. It is a beast. And like you can see, even if someone like Elon Musk with the Doge and everything went in there and went head up with this government beast and did not win, the government beast was like, no, we're not going anywhere. And he kind of gave up and backed off.
Well, he claims he's starting his own party now.
I love it.
See how that works.
Dude, the funniest thing, and you know what?
Beast is not that easy to get rid of. It ain't going nowhere.
Look, here's the thing. Hey, he's got the money to do it. Like, whatever you want to do, bro, that's funny. But to me, this was funny, and I hope you guys find this funny. When somebody reported that story, they were reporting the story, hey, Elon Musk just filed the paperwork to formulate a new political party called the American Party, and the picture they had of him was him on stage doing the Nazi salute. Like, that's fucking so funny, dude. Like, come on. That's hilarious.
Of course. That's Libby humor. You love it.
I love Libby.
Now, we haven't heard. Do we still have a connection with Darren? I know we've had some bad storms. I've heard electricity going through my microphone. I still see Darren. What do you think about the big, beautiful bill? This could be the greatest bill we've ever seen.
Some might say.
And some might say this is the greatest bill in the history of bills.
The likes of which no one has ever seen.
Why can I not hear him anymore? No,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Okay.
It's a big bunch of bullshit, and it's a bunch of half truths. It's a bunch of unfinished. It's bullshit. Like I said, it doesn't benefit it doesn't benefit the American people.
At
it
all.
benefits billionaires.
Yeah.
That's the only people who get benefits from this. Everybody else is either going to have to pay more taxes, lose their fucking health insurance, lose education. It doesn't do us any good. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, it really is one-sided.
So
and it doesn't like me, for instance. I get Medicaid. I'm not a bum. My mother also gets Medicaid. She's not a bum by any stretch of the imagination. But we gonna lose that shit. I mean, and my mother really needs it.
Your mother's
really
lost her Medicaid?
She, not yet, but she very well could lose her Medicaid. We think that's gonna happen.
And based off of why do you think that? Just because this bill is going to get rid of her.
Yeah. The bill passed, and
from what I understand, they just want to get rid of the
major
fraud.
Things they want to do is gut Medicaid.
They want to. I hear that they want to try to go after the people that really can work, that are just trying to suck off the government, suck off the teat of the government, and they can.
Just like they're going after the criminals. And only the criminals. These motherfuckers is going after everybody. They're going after children with fucking brain cancer. These motherfuckers are liars, straight up like that. And they'll tell the American people
they will say whatever they will say whatever they want you to hear.
They'll say anything you want to hear in order to make and the thing about it is you can't unring a bell. Once they say it, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. But most of the time, it's not true. The shit they say it so fucking much, and they say it with such vigor that motherfuckers actually believe it. They believe it. They believe the lies that they tell themselves, and that's why it's so sellable. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It's almost genius. But
they also claim that this is going to help us to have choice of healthcare. That this is going to reduce the government
bullshit. It's another lie.
Yeah.
Under this bill, anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 deaths a year are going to happen, and it's going to happen in areas where people rely more on Medicaid, like low income minority communities and Black communities. That's where it's going to happen, and they're doing it on purpose. And my thing is this: if we for trying to make America great, these motherfuckers over here, I'm American. What the fuck is great about it for me? You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't understand. Well, that's what people.
I would say there's a lot of opportunity in this country. To me, there's a lot. Maybe it's because I'm white and I'm living on the white privilege, but there is a lot of opportunity. I think if you're in this country, if you're willing to work hard, and it is an interesting place that you have all shades of people, all striving. What we hope for is the same: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, those kind of things. I think the idea is really good. I don't know how it's working out.
Can I add something to the end of the conversation here? And this is just for something for everybody to think about, because this is what I was thinking about. Okay, so they're saying that as well. No, seriously, I've been thinking about that for a couple of days. But anyways, they're saying, okay, this is going to get people off of, the government assistance, and just going to get them in jobs that offer, to get insurance. Let me tell you something. I've worked in corporate 20-something years.
It's corporations.
You know what they don't offer a lot of their employees? Full-time with benefits. They don't fucking do it. So if they were so concerned about, all these people cheating Medicaid because they can't get insurance, they don't get jobs, why don't they make sure that these corporations are hiring full-time workers and that they have to supply fucking insurance? Because let me tell you something. I work full-time at an insurance agency. Guess what I don't fucking get there?
What don't you get?
Insurance.
Why would the insurance company not give you?
Because they don't offer full-time. They don't offer insurance. It's a fucking racket. And the real sad part about it is that in America we make a profit off making sure people live, just that they live, that people are fucking healthy. We have people in this country getting filthy rich off that. That's bullshit. That's inhumanity. Like, that's unthinkable. Come on, that's
isn't it better than the opposite?
No. I think everybody has the human right to live healthy. Period.
Right.
And I think if you live in a civilized government that is supposedly the best and the richest, they figure out a way to make sure all Americans have health and shit.
Don't forget the meanest,
Damn right.
the toughest, the most badass.
Damn right.
That's right.
Exactly. We are. So let's prove that shit and take care of the fucking people who make it that way.
Yeah, nice job.
Damn
Ramo.
right.
That's solid hot take.
Ramo G for president.
Yeah. I'd vote for that guy.
Let's start
Vote for Pedro.
Let's start at class president. Yeah.
All right, we have time for one more thing here before we get to TK's news. This came up on another show I saw, but one guy was giving another guy a hard time for wearing a WNBA jersey, and then the thing came. I think he was wearing like a Caitlin Clark jersey or something. I was like, "You're wearing a chick jersey," and then the guy was like, "Ah, man, WNBA is hot, man. Where are these jerseys?" You're starting to see guys wearing WNBA jerseys. I honestly didn't think there would come a day where I'd want to rock a Cheryl Swoops jersey, but I might. What do you guys think? Darren, are you cool with wearing a chick jersey as long as it's not a schmedium and fits well?
Listen, my pops is a coach. My sisters are athletes. I don't have a problem with it at all. And I mean, for a few different reasons. I'm a fan. I could be a fan. And if I'm a fan, why shouldn't I wear the jersey of the team that I support, for one? For two, that could be my motherfucking daughter. You know what I'm saying? Or my sister or my wife. You know what I mean? I don't, and not for nothing. Another reason is because I'm very comfortable in my sexuality and in my masculinity. It doesn't bother me to wear something like that, especially because I have admiration for these women and the level of basketball that they play, for one, and still get underpaid like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But still go out there and they put it on the line every night. Caitlin Clark, love her or hate her, she a banger. She can go out there and bang heads with them, with a lot of the guys.
What jersey should we get you since you're willing to wear the girl jersey? Which one you want us to get? Do you have a favorite player of all time?
I like Angel Reese right now.
Okay.
I do like Cheryl Swoops, but there was the short, light-skinned girl. She a coach now.
Who's the hot one right now? If you could put up the hottest, look up on the internet and ask the internet. Who is the hottest WNBA player right now? There is one. This one that's
a good question.
There's this one that's. I think that's what the world wants to know.
What about the one that got trapped in Russia for a long ass time?
Brittany
Griner.
The Griner.
That piehead.
Yeah, we like that.
I hear most of them are lesbians. That's what I've always heard.
Yeah, you do, dude.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I've heard. Seriously.
A lot of strippers too.
Who's that? Now she's not the one I'm thinking of. I don't think.
Man, I'd be scared of one of them big motherfuckers.
Look at those arms.
I'm gonna stop.
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah, hell
Stop
yeah.
it, Ramo.
It's the size of those hands. Imagine she could give a hell of a massage with those big hands.
Snap your dick off like a piece of celery. Throw that shit in the tall grass. You never see that shit again.
Tom, can I get you a pink Diana Taurasi? Can I get you a pink Diana Taurasi and you'll wear it next week on the show?
As long as it ain't a female jersey, like an actual female jersey. I'll wear a male version of the female.
Is there such a
What
thing
are you talking about?
as a male version?
That's
Do
the
they
fucking team
is
jersey.
it the same thing? Is there a difference between a male jersey and a female jersey?
Like the cut.
Does it have like a cut for the titties and shit?
I think
see
it
what
has
you're
to have
saying.
room for
It has
titties.
to.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
No,
want no
a men's
titty jersey.
Sure.
Valid question.
I'm sure they make
Valid
men's
question.
jerseys.
Sure.
Just
I'll
like
take
they make women's jerseys for guys teams.
I rock the
They'd be stupid not
the
to.
male version of
I've never had my hands on a woman's jersey. I'm not sure if they have extra room for boobs.
They would probably
or not.
be shorter, like more like crop toppy or shorter. Like guys' jerseys have a tendency to be like longer, but women have a tendency to like with their jerseys, at least the women that I've seen rocking jerseys, they try to be like a little cutesy with their jersey. So I could imagine it being like a little shorter or a little bit like a little more petite. You know what I mean? Like
now, what do you
So what are you
make?
saying?
like
They're tying it on the side?
Let me ask you this, Darren. I don't know if you heard about what Shaq said when he was on Angel Reese's podcast.
Hey.
But he said to her, what I think that you women should do is lower the rims from 10 foot to 9 foot so that more of the women are dunking. Bring more slam dunks to the game.
Yeah.
He also said, I think that you guys should go wear shorter shorts.
They didn't like that.
And he also,
agree.
he said, like, you guys need to be wearing tighter shirts, like,
No.
show off what you got. Sex sells. What do you think about what Shaq recommended? Do you think that would bring more eyeballs to the game?
It would definitely bring more eyeballs to the game, but it would definitely take away from the
Validity.
institution of basketball.
Yeah.
From the institution of. I'm a basketball player. You know what I mean? I'm a shooting guard, and I don't give a fuck what you got on. If you can't shoot basketball, you a fucking bum. I don't care. I don't give a shit if you wearing
Tomcat.
I mean, you could be out there with your whole ass out. If you missing shots or can't get the fucking rebound, bitch, get off the fucking floor.
That ain't me.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really whether or not. I mean, I don't think sexy outfits for sports or over sexualizing sports or athletes is really a productive way for the WNBA to push their image out there or try to get more people or more viewership.
Agreed, especially for the young ladies that are coming up.
Yeah, they just need to play ball, man.
It's about basketball.
Yeah, play ball.
Basketball.
Play basketball, man. I'm here to watch. If I want to listen, if I want to see ass and titties, there's OnlyFans, there's fucking, there's Pornhub,
Instagram,
there's all kinds of other shit out there. Please take that shit out of basketball. I turned the channel to ESPN fucking Wednesday night WNBA game to watch these bitches fucking battle it out and shoot the fucking ball. I'm not here trying to look up the I'm not trying to do that.
All right, let's go to the chat. We actually have a lot of chats that I have been not looking at the chat. I should have been because we've gotten a lot of good stuff. People were talking at the beginning of the show about good shrimp. You got to have shrimp if you're going to be fishing.
Good. That's good to know because I don't fish off.
Live shrimp is the way to go. Is what the
live.
I'm scared.
Says.
I'm scared to hook them.
Also says this one guy, Logic Man, says that's wild. I fly my American flag every single day. So
sure.
I guess
there's nothing wrong with that, man. If you're proud of your country,
there are some people that are feeling some type of way when you wave your American flag. I personally will continue to wave mine. I'm proud.
I'll prefer to see that than any other flag hanging. That's for sure.
I mean, I agree with that.
Here's somebody commenting on the insurance. It says, yeah, insurance companies suck ass, not just health, but all types of insurance. I had to sue my homeowner's insurance company twice because they wouldn't pay my claim.
Yeah, it happens, man. It fucking sucks.
And then Trace.
You gotta fix that shit.
Trace, I think, said Sophie Cunningham. Could we look up Sophie Cunningham? I guess he says that's the hottest chick in the WNBA. Let's be... I'll be the judge of that.
What? That's all we got.
She's not
ugly. She looks like Helen Hunt's daughter or something like that. Like a cross between Helen Hunt and Jennifer Aniston and like fucking Seal or somebody like that.
Zoom in on that.
Axl Rose.
Is that the chick that likes to fight a lot?
Rose.
There we go.
Is that the chick that fights all the time?
I don't know. She
looks like she's scrappy, you know? She'll fuck you up.
Yeah, she look like
down.
she'd be at the bar.
She's cute.
On Thursday night, fucking pounding.
She's got a smart ass smirk.
Yeah.
Ladies' night.
I'll hang out with her.
Ladies' night with fucking all you can eat dollar wine or some shit.
Another commenter in the chat on YouTube says, "Why are we talking about Angel Reese? She can't make a layup."
Ooh, dang.
And
who actually watches that?
And then another person just said, "She owns the Me Bound."
Yeah.
I'm not sure what.
Is that a euphemism?
Oh, you haven't heard about that?
No.
What's the Me Bound?
Oh, listen. It's so apparently what's happening is like she has embraced the fact that she can't make shots and gets her own rebound. So apparently what she's done, I think she has like copyrighted or something that phrase or coined that phrase.
It's called the Me Bound.
Genius.
The Me Bound.
Oh, interesting. Nice. All right. Yeah. Well, shout out to the chat. If you want to watch us on YouTube and get involved, we do the show live. There are no edits. I know a lot of podcasts out there, which are very good. They edit their shows. They go back and they cut out the parts where they mess up. Or, this is raw, this is real, and this is live. Every Wednesday afternoon, we give it to you on Hump Day. We bring the heat here, and we appreciate everybody listening because we continue to climb the charts. And we've been doing podcasts for a long time. I know now it's the hip thing to do is to do a podcast. But I want to thank our team because we're back from vacation. We're going to be working harder to make the show better.
True.
If you have any ideas or ways you think the show could be better,
suggestions,
let us know. Somebody in the chat just said, when Memphis is gone, the show is better. So,
ouch.
Come on. Harsh.
Come on.
We love our brother.
What happened to him, anyways? Who knocked over the minion in Memphis?
TK.
We miss Memphis, and we need Memphis back next week.
It's our brother, man.
It is now time to go to news. Let's go to our newsman, Tomcat, who's standing by with the not-so-good news. Tomcat, tell us what you think.
Today is July 9th, gentry, or some viral videos and fucking factoids. This is a weird one. Today is apparently the shortest day in history. July 9th, 2025. Today itself is one for the books. Earth completed its rotation 1.3 to 1.6 milliseconds early, making it the shortest day since the 1960s.
Your girl knows all about that, huh?
But isn't the summertime when you have longer days?
I
when
know
the
it's
sun is out?
a very weird story. I looked it up again on ChatGPT twice, and it said it again that it is Earth completed a full rotation. Again, what it said.
I heard we're spinning faster.
This makes it the shortest day ever recorded by precision timekeeping networks, beating the previous short days records like July 5th, 2024, which was 1.66 milliseconds short. Why it's happening? The moon's current orbital alignment, especially when it's far from Earth's equator, has a substantial but measurable effect on our planet's spin, slightly speeding it up.
Sure.
Natural shifts.
Makes sense.
Why scientists care, even if we don't notice. Though you can't tell in daily life, this matters for atomic clocks, GPS, satellite timing, and global networks. Check that shit out.
Wow.
All right, so today is National Sugar Cookie Day,
Hey.
National Dimples Day.
Is that a euphemism?
And Fashion Day, which we apparently didn't get the memo for that one.
At all.
All right, my first story today is
hat.
about the Texas floods. And the fatalities are up to about 119 deaths right now, including 95 in Kerr County.
Yeah.
In times of tragedy, always look for the helpers, people helping people.
Yes.
This is the Coast Guard heroes' first mission out. Petty Officer Scott Ruskin helped save 165 people at the Camp Mystic, working urgent, dangerous conditions.
Thank you.
As a swift and rising wall of water surged through the cabins. This is what it looked like and how fast the water rose, to give you an idea.
It was fast.
Of how there was almost nothing in that creek, and it just kept rising and rising. This took about 20 minutes for this to rise as high as it did.
If I can jump in real quick, and I'll just say this, this tragic situation, nobody can really see this coming as fast as it hit. I think what they need to do is know that this can happen and make sure that there aren't camp areas in this particular location. Let's move them somewhere else.
Yeah,
this happened in 1988 too, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
happened quite a few times down there.
Yeah, let's move them somewhere else. Let's do something different.
My next story is a lot more lighthearted one. We talked about it before, about Diddy's basic acquittal, kind of, but not totally. And these are his fans with baby oil outside the courthouse, getting live, having their own little freak-off party.
Idiots.
They were excited that he got acquitted on the most serious charges, and they were dousing each other with baby oil and getting down out there in front of the courthouse.
Hilarious.
They must be bad boy for life, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Those guys.
This one chick had her boobies out.
Sweet. Did we get that clip?
Yeah, it's at the end of this one.
All right. Nobody go nowhere. Are they nice or are they like, oh?
No, they're bad.
And I began to slide.
Oh, there they are right there.
Those?
Whoa, those are jumping around. I could see those at a freak
There
off.
they go.
Blum, blum, blum.
Is that Sexy Red? Oh,
Whoa!
whoa.
Whoa, she just took it all off.
She loves her some Diddy. She probably drank some Ciroc
He was
just before
dousing her.
she
He
showed
was
up.
dousing her with it. Look at him.
What the hell are we watching?
Yeah, we know where that's going later.
What are we watching, Tomcat? What do you have us watching?
He's got this on repeat as his computer at home.
That's my screensaver.
Yeah.
I know it's the not so good news, so
All right,
you're off to a not so good
This is
start.
even better. It was just the 4th of July. And this is the Mother of the Year from the 4th of July. This past 4th of July, a video surfaced showing a little kid, likely under 10, wielding a flaming Roman candle. You gave Jordan one of these once, right?
Yeah, and I about blew his hand off.
he
I'll
was-
never do that again.
Roman candle? Yeah.
Oh, now the kid's running. Oh,
In the house?
poor kid. Get his ass.
He's fast.
No serious injuries were reported, but the
Good.
clip ignited a huge debate. Like, should you do that?
No, they got to be a certain age. You got to hold them.
That kid only looks like he's 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, too young. They have much smaller Roman candles.
He hauled ass.
Right in there, man.
He's going to be a hell of a football player, that kid. He's pretty quick.
All right, next up. This is a golf fight. Golf fights are my favorite. This is Golf Brawl number 1 today. A golf club was used in this one as a weapon during a brawl on the green after a gimme putt wasn't given and then the putt was missed. They're whooping ass right out there. Now,
That's-
I don't know if you know what a gimme putt is. A gimme putt
do.
or a gimme is, okay.
Do you know what it is?
Well, I had to look it up, actually, and it's a short putt that is given to somebody. It's conceded, like it's going to be a short putt anyways. We'll just give you this one.
Right.
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
didn't give it to him, and then he missed. And so he's like
wow.
literally hitting the
Pissed.
guy over the head
Oh.
with
But why'd he miss?
That's definitely some white boy stuff you can see there.
Is this no longer a gentleman's game?
It's going down. I love golf fights. All right, golf fight number 2.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, this is golf fight number 2.
This
This
one's
golf
up
fight
close and
turns
personal.
physical. This man gets shoved into a pond. This police in Canada tell TMZ Sports
Oi!
this fight took place on July 4th. Woo! Around 5:47 p.m. at Alberta Springs Golf Course in Red Deer.
That's a nice golf shirt.
I think that guy can fight. He looks like a guy that can fight.
I think he's the one that ends up in the water. He is.
Oh,
maybe-
he's
maybe
in
he
there.
can't
He's in
fight.
there.
Yeah.
That was a nice move by that
It
other
was.
guy.
Here he
must
comes.
He's back. Knock his ass out.
I
Oh,
mean-
that guy. Oh, yeah. That guy can't fight. I guess I sized him up wrong.
I mean, call it a day at that point. You've been in the river.
This other guy's a lot bigger
he's
than him,
huge.
too. Look at oh
Look at
man,
this guy.
That guy's like a hockey player. He don't give up. He'll knock his
Stay
ass
down
out.
indeed, sir. Oh, he's back up.
Oh, this reminds
Vladimir Zelensky, no.
This reminds me of the Happy
Wow.
Gilmore scene when you're wrong, bitch. Price is wrong, bitch.
He threw him pretty far. How many? Okay, let's guess here. Everybody, how far did he
I'm
throw
going
him?
5, 6 feet.
No, that was more like 7 to 10,
It
dude.
could be.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
throw. Should have gave him that putt.
Golfer throwing contest.
Yeah, I think that was a different one.
All right, not to be outdone, the GameStop nerds got in a Pokemon fight. Total mayhem outside of California GameStop this weekend with 3 men got in a fight while waiting in line for Pokemon cards. Watch the.
It's a very violent version of your news today.
Yeah.
A lot of
These
fights.
are some pretty tough Pokemon.
A lot of
dudes
aggression.
here. Those are some fools.
Are they going to fight like Pokemon karate?
Nope.
This is a lot more karate than the China Disney one we watched.
Pick a shoe, man. Pick a Sue. What
Look
do
at
they
the
call
midget.
that? Pick a
There's
chick.
a
Midge is breaking it up. Yeah.
There's a small person there.
Oh, and now they're attacking a small person. Way to go, jackasses.
Why do all kids wear hoodies in the summer
The
now?
Colma Police Department responded to reports of physical altercation and arrived to help the identified victim, who was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. I guess I could beat that midget up. All right, this one is much. We're done with the fighting now,
Thank
and
God.
we're on to UFOs, baby. I
Oh,
love UFO
me too.
shit.
Me too.
And this is the latest badassery evidence that there is crazy stuff we don't understand flying around above us. This is a mysterious UFO allegedly captured on video in China.
Oh, sure they didn't make it?
Something strange appears to have been spotted above the air in
Beijing.
China. The YouTube channel The Hidden Underbelly 2.0 recently shared a YouTube video of some kind of orb with the following information. The witness stated the following: on June 5th, around 7 p.m., I was working and taking photos of the scenery on a shallow area in Shayukoru Reservoir.
Beautiful country.
Saw the metallic spear floating around.
Looks like a jellyfish flying in the air.
It does.
It reminds me of the Booga Spear, which we just did a story on, the Booga Spear.
Right.
I mean, we're ahead on this shit. I did that story about the Booga Spear, and we got a little views. People looked at it, but now
Is it a
that's
drone,
blowing up.
maybe? Is that a drone?
People think they're some type of
You know-
advanced drone.
Well, and you know what's interesting is they have video of the crop circles being made with things that look
look like
exactly
that.
like that on top of them
They're-
while they're being formed.
There are also videos of a war zone in Iraq that has a spear
Ooh.
going over it, and it looks exactly like that. So whatever that thing is, that shit is a real UAP. I don't know.
That's something. We don't know what it is.
No,
It's a flying ball.
cool.
Hey.
All right, I got what's my next one here? Okay, this one's crazy, guys. I got a video of Shaq shooting somebody.
Oh, I saw this.
In an
what?
exclusive on the set of Gravesend. This is Shaquille O'Neal. In an exclusive clip from the set of the show that he's on, oftentimes called Gravesend, and he's popping a cap in a rival, looks like gang member's ass here.
Which one is he?
The dude he's shooting is on the ground. Shaq's right there on the right, all the way to the right, I do believe. And then he comes.
The giant guy.
When he comes walking, he'll come walking up. Do we have sound on this one?
I got it up. Waiting action.
He asked which one was Shaq.
Now I can tell.
The giant.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's it, boy.
And he's what show is this? I want to watch it.
This is called Gravesend. Apparently, at some point in the show, 53-year-old Shaq's Mustafa character gets really pissed off.
He's my age.
That's right. He's the coroner in that show. That's cool.
That was fun.
All right. This is a crazy video from Alligator Alcatraz. And I have exclusive video for the first migrant to already have escaped from Florida's all-new Alligator
He's
Alcatraz.
such a jackass.
We knew it would happen.
He's such an asshole.
What's that game called? I remember that.
Pitfall.
It was one of my Pitfall. Yeah, it was one of my favorites, man. What system was that on though?
Atari.
The original Atari, right?
2600.
Yeah. All right, Dick. I love it. Great. That was great.
Grok has gone full Nazi. Elon Musk's AI Grok chatbot posted shocking anti-Semitic comments Tuesday, making positive references to Adolf Hitler and a number of stunning tweets, while even addressing questions about the recent deadly Texas flooding.
So he is manipulating the system.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know what the hell he's doing, but look at this shit. It says, only for radicals like Cindy Steinberg to celebrate as future fascists to deal with such vile anti-white hate. Adolf Hitler, no question. He'd spot the pattern and handle it decisively every damn time. So it's talking fucking crazy fucking anti-Semitic.
That's wild.
Yeah. But it's talking shit about the people that were at the camps that died in the freaking flooding.
Yeesh.
Creepy, right?
That's horrible.
That's wild. So AI is definitely going to kill us. And what we got to do is we got to take it out and put it in robots. And that's where my last story leads to. The Robot League kicked off in Beijing, Yuhuang Development Zone on June 28th. Hosting 3-on-3 soccer matches featuring humanoid robots.
I saw this.
4 university teams, no humans controlling them remotely. Teams consisting of 3 active robots with 1 substitute playing 2 10-minute halves. Robots using onboard AI with cameras, sensors, and deep reinforcement learning to see the ball up to 20 meters away.
That one's being taken off on a stretcher.
Yeah, I will say, if this is who's going to attack us, we got a pretty good chance of kicking their ass, guys. I'm pretty confident now.
Just understand, this is the worst they will ever be.
Wow.
And they're going to get...
There's definitely no Pele out there.
Yeah. Learn Kung Fu now.
They're doing like a Olympics in China, so that's coming up, like World Humanoid Robot Olympics. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably have some video from that coming up. That's the news.
All right, very nice work,
Good job. That was fun.
Man.
Thank you.
Excellent work, man.
I enjoy doing it for you.
You're really turning into a newscaster, broadcaster, music producer,
broadcaster,
scumbag,
fisherman.
You've already been that.
Are you still mad at me for earlier when I talked about that? I know that's your buddy that took you out on that boat.
Oh, I forgot about it, but I'm definitely probably going to be.
You're upset.
He's
going to be mad at you. Oh, that's fucked up. That's fun.
I was only kidding, Jay. I was just
No,
kidding.
you weren't.
I had fun.
Is Darren still here? Is he still alive, or did he get struck by lightning? Darren?
Hey,
that's our guy. We love having you on the show, bro.
Thanks, man.
Great job.
How about that for technology today? We've brought people in on the phone. We've now been able to bring in a live member. So I think that we should do this more. Darren, you should come on more often. And it was a good having you, good seeing you. And,
Yeah.
Let's hope that, they don't deport you or Ramo, as one of your white Caucasian friends. I just want you to know I got your back. Man.
Thank you.
If ICE shows up, say, hey, I got a white friend, you can call him.
That may cost you a couple
see what
$1,000.
I can do. I don't know if they'll listen to me, but I'll try,
Yeah, they might call you an in-law and throw you in with us.
His sound went out.
That's because of me. Go ahead. I can hear him now. Go ahead, Darren.
I said, definitely, I will appreciate the call.
I'll keep my phone on for you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling, though, that we could all be in trouble,
It's true.
Something bad happens, I noticed I've been through a couple of world events like the flood they're seeing in Texas. We all have went through something similar. because we had just as many fatalities here, just miles from my house.
Yeah.
And you realize that at that moment that you actually see people working together, you know, when it's chaos. True. And then now you got to help your neighbor. Your neighbor's got to help you. You know, I got electricity. I see in these the natural disasters is when you really see American people come together and really help each other. But then you also see people loot, and you see the bad. So there's always going to be the bad people. But I think I want to believe there's more good than bad.
100%. And if I may, real quick, I think from what I understand, there are some fire departments that came from over the border to help the people in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you to them, because with everything going on, they're putting themselves at risk. Maybe not. You know, we'll see what happens. They're helping, and that's awesome. So thank you for, you know, helping us regardless of what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Because we're all family.
Yes, sir.
We are family.
Yes.
I got all my brothers with me.
You're the step brother.
I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
You have to call me Nighthawk.
Well, we've officially kicked off our summer of shows here. We're back from our summer break. We appreciate everybody that caught us on the live.
Thanks,
you can
y'all.
always listen to our podcasts on Apple and on Spotify after they air live on YouTube and Facebook. And Memphis, we want you to get well soon, buddy. Hopefully you'll be back next week. And thanks to the guys in the truck. We appreciate all their hard work they do, our producers, Jacob and Jordan. And shout out to Jay Yandel, our live studio audience here today. It's been a hell of a broadcast. And Darren, shout out to you, man. Come down and see us sometime, brother.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to.
All right. To all, a good night and enjoy your hump day. Thank you for joining us. That's going to do it for us.
Salud.
Salud.
God bless America, everyone.
Yes,
so long.
100%.
And I began to slide into him from behind, and slowly inserted himself into me. My ass, my ass, my ass, my ass, my ass.
Oh, yeah!
I don't know. We're doing a podcast, guys. Was that evidence from the case?